Howdy, this is Professor U.D. Guru. Today we're going to look at the tablature for my song Landlord Rag, which is using the music from I Want You to Know, Babe, I Want You to Know, which I heard from Hot Tuna, Yorma Conan, and my guitar teacher tried to teach it to me when I was about 19 or something. As a song, I mean, it's all right for 1930, but as a song, I felt that it was lacking in the lyrics department, so I wrote my own words and changed the name to Landlord Rag. And I also, in the tablature, you'll see I've used the bass line from Roger Miller's song King of the Road at just the introduction only. And then in the actual melody line that's sung, instead of, going like in the recordings, you will find no lyrics against that, but I added a line there that is also using melody from King of the Road. Also, the theme of the song is similar to King of the Road. So let's get started. And I'm just going to play enough of it to where you get an idea of seeing what the notes look like. Also, I'm going to show you that in the tablature there's one way shown to play this because I learned it. My arrangement of it is harder to play. But after getting frustrated with, trying to get it to come out right on a recording, I realized I was playing it the hard way. So I changed the tablature to the easy way, but I haven't learned the easy way yet. So I'm going to play it the hard way probably because it's what I'm used to. Hopefully I can get most of the notes in there, but the tablature shows it the easy way. Super easy to play. I just made it difficult on myself because that's the way I wrote it when I wrote it, the arrangement. All right, and that is on the tablature. That's going to be marked as the part that starts on, can't see worth a diddly damn. That's one thing about Tux guitar. I haven't figured out how to make the little chord names and measure numbers in white on my dark background, so I can't see it without standing up. I think it's 50 though. Pretty sure it's measure number 50. Can't play it worth a diddly damn because it's hard to play. That part right there, oh yeah, that's how it goes in the tablature. It's so easy. I just haven't learned it yet. It goes like this. Like that. Now you take that finger pattern right there and you keep your fingers in that exact same relationship to each other, and then you move them up one string and down one fret. Then you put it back. That's so easy. I just haven't learned it yet. Okay, and I play it like this. It's hard the way I do it because you got to really stretch your fingers and you got to keep your C note down here, and then you got to do something over here in the fourth fret at the same time, and then you got to do something there in the third fret. Oh. So you see how I play it, but I recommend you learn it the easy way as shown on the tablature. So I'm going to give this a try. The Roger Miller introduction. It's easy, but I haven't learned it yet. I used to tune pianos. It took me 20 years to get good at it, and then I quit. I think I either I valued my sanity or I just so preferred delivering pizza that, you know. So you do like the main part. This hard part, I mean, it's possible, and you know, I've done it right a few times when I wasn't trying too hard, and the worst time to play is in the middle of the day when you're hot and sweaty like I am right now. For some reason, at nighttime when it's cool and I go out on the balcony and there's no lights and I got no computer or microphone or no ambition, I just sit there and play the guitar. It sounds pretty good, you know. Or if I turn on like a long video on YouTube watching somebody, you know, chasing down criminals and stuff, like body cam videos, people getting arrested and chased down the street at 115 miles per hour. And I just watched the boob tube while I play. It sounds pretty good, you know. But then I get this old microphone thing going, and sheesh, creepers, it sounds terrible. Everything sounds bad. I can't do a darn thing. But what I was starting out to say was this is easy to play, but I make it hard for some reason. You just move that shape up to the next string, and then you leave that lower C, and you move your shape back. Then you just take everything off and play those two notes. This is why I don't do this on a capo, because I don't want to go any higher than that. Even though it means it's too low for me to sing, and I try to sing it anyway, but I sound like a, you know, frog while somebody's chewing on it. Who chews on frogs? Well, lots of people, especially in the marsh, you know, people who live in the marsh. The hard part, you gotta keep that string down. So you're playing this what's that called? Dissonant interval here, and if you remove this finger, then it's not gonna be there when you need it. There. So you just go up to here. You got a little marker there. That's number, see, 5, 7, that's 10, and that's 12. So that's a D. The rest is easy because you're going down, but then you're reaching back up to that position. So you're in this position. You go back to that position. Then you go back down. 1. If I practice it for like 30 minutes, and I can play it right like every third time or so. I always glitch out though. I don't know why, because it's pretty easy. It's a big stretch, but I think I have failed to practice it enough times. Or like Stephen Grossman says, practice it slow until you can play it slow, perfect. I hate to practice anything slow. I'm an Aries. I just hate it. That was pretty good. This is my favorite chord. This chord. C7, D7, E7, G7, etc. Whatever. C, D, E, F, G. This is the most useful chord in ragtime. Anyway, and then for down on the bottom here on the tablature, I'm looking at the tablature because I haven't memorized my intro or my outro. I got this from Dixie. She plays this song on YouTube. Alternating bass, it's easy. That's why I can't do it. I can't do hard stuff either. Something like that. Anyway, that's how it goes. Now, stay tuned for the actual tablature, which is going to play it for you nice without talking and stuff. So that's the good part. And the very last thing in this movie, I'm going to show you when I got my screen recorder on. In the last tablature movie, I showed you how to enter chords in Tuck's guitar. as chords. And not chord diagrams because I don't use them, but chord names like C7, G7, D7, E7, A7, stuff like that. But there's a better way to do it, because if you're not using the feature, the chord feature where you type an A and this whole thing opens up for doing chords, and I ignore most of it because I don't understand it and I don't think it's very important. And it looks like featureitis, and it doesn't really look like it works very good. Anyways, I guess I don't appreciate it properly, but the real problem is you'll notice that Tux Guitar sometimes glitches by deleting one or more notes in the pertinent measure, which is the important stuff. The chord, the name of the chord is not that important. I mean, it's useful and handy, but on tablature, the notes are of primary importance, and if you enter the name of a chord up above the staff somewhere and it deletes one or more of your notes in the tablature, oh, that's not good. So I found out there's another thing you can do. Instead of typing an A, you can type a T to insert text, and it inserts whatever, like C7 or whatever. You type it and it inserts it up above, and it's not in line. It's like if you type chords, they're up here, and if you type text, it's here, or vice versa. I don't remember which, but so you shouldn't do both. If you're going to do chords, do chords. But if you don't care about chord diagrams and the whole feature, I'd say just enter text. Insert text. Is that what it is? Oh, it's under the beat. Under the beat. I'll show you later when I got the screen recorder on. Beat, insert text, or just type a T, and the little dialogue opens up. Okay, and then do all your chord names that way, and then they'll be lined up with each other like that, instead of here's your type A stuff and here's your type T stuff. Yeah, I don't want to see chord diagrams in fingerstyle guitar. That's not how we do it. Although, of course, I mean, I don't know about you, but for the most part, I like to play a chord and pick notes within that chord, and change it up a little in order to get all the notes that you need. But it helps. I think it helps you understand a song a little bit better in terms of music theory or whatever. And the other thing I forgot to say about entering chords versus entering text, A versus T, if you type the hotkey or whatever they call it. I've tried entering a chord on a rest, where there's no note, just a rest. It won't add the chord, which is wrong. I mean, if you want to be in a certain chord, then you want to be in a certain chord, whether there's a rest there or not. Okay, if you want to start that chord on a rest, then that's what you want to do. Okay, in case someone's strumming along or whatever, you want to start the chord in the right place. So I don't like the Tux Guitar's chord entry feature. I just prefer to use insert text on the beat menu. And I don't know who you are, but thanks for showing up, and I'll see you in the next movie. Bye bye.